Perspective determines much in this world. Henry Thoreau clarified this human aspect, stating, "The question is not what you look at, but what you see." And to this I would add, our human failings is that we believe everyone else's sees things the same way we do. And if they don't, well, they should. Not everyone listening is going to appreciate or value the aesthetic merits of the game I am presenting, which is Cyberpunk 2077. But from my perspective, I believe that although this game was released with major flaws in its coding and scripting, the creators of this game still have managed to create a visual masterpiece steeped in aesthetic mastery and cemented in the principles of design. Cyberpunk is an open-world action-adventure dystopian science fiction role-playing game. The game's genre is cyberpunk. Currently, cyberpunk is viewed as a subgenre of science fiction, but it has its own unique elements. Things such as, but not limited to, futuristic technology, cybernetic enhancements, criminal underworld, corrupt monolithic corporations, Asian inclusions, cityscapes, and late-stage capitalism. The cyberpunk genre was initially created to be a social commentary of the world community and, as such, is inherently political. This aspect is not always appreciated, but if you understand the birth of cyberpunk, appreciation may follow. Cyberpunk originated from the real-world events post-World War II Japan, a time where the Japanese were prevented from designing their own reconstruction. Rather, America did it. In many ways, this American overseeing fueled Japan's accelerated economic recovery, peaking across the mid-1980s and 1990s, when Japan became the tech capital of the world. When it comes to cyberpunk tropes, offense may be taken depending on your perspective. One of the more controversial cyberpunk's tropes is the yellow peril, in that Americans were of the opinion that Japan had the capacity to become the world's superpower. Interestingly, Japanese creatives took the cyberpunk genre, reappropriated it, and have now made it their own, producing a number of benchmark cyberpunk games and volumes of supportive anime. The cyberpunk genre has even gone so far to create their own defining terminology, most notably techno-orientalism, which is the portrayal of Asian or Asian people or Asian qualities as hyper-technologically advanced. Another cyberpunk trope is the use of literary foil. In the cyberpunk, the foil portrays Asian characters, often the antagonists, as emotionally cold, ruthless, oppressive, yet clever, whereas the protagonist, a non-Asian, as emotionally warm, likable, and trying to do right thing by humanity. With the decline of Japan's power threat, Western fears subsided. Currently, the cyberpunk portrayal of Asian race is generic, though in recent times includes more aspects of China and Korea. Cyberpunk 2077 has all the familiar elements and tropes of the cyberpunk genre. Additionally, a spin-off of the game is a corresponding anime, Cyberpunk Edgerunners. These two cyberpunk creations have their own generic but specific tropes, such as encompassing the generic cyberpunk advancements with chroming up and creating their own hierarchy in the Asian criminal elements, including fixers and netrunners. Cyberpunk's main story is set in the year of 2077, in the post-apocalyptic America autonomous city, Night City. The playable character is V. The game has missions and quests to complete for the game progression. Through circumstances, V takes up a job offer becoming an age runner, basically a street mercenary. V is tasked to heist a biochip located in a corrupt monolithic corporation's hotel. The heist goes wrong, and V witnesses the corporation's own son, Yorinobu Arasaka, commit patricide, killing Saburo Arasaka and assuming control of the corporation. The stolen biochip in V's possession becomes unstable and ends up being slotted into V's head. V teams up with Saburo's former bodyguard, Goro Takamura, to avoid assassination, but it is revealed that the biochip in V's head cannot be removed and death is imminent. So begins the quest of discovery of how to remove the biochip and save V's life. For all the foulings and glitches that exist in Cyberpunk 2077, aesthetics is not one. The level of detail and Cyberpunk experiences that are included is a benchmark from the enhanced living aspects of Night City, such as the dozens of citizens walking the streets, to the sound system highlighting the city's heightened state of perpetual violence. All these additional details add human realism into a cyberpunk future. The practitioners have taken what is expected and added in layers that are unexpected, such as the manner in which non-playable characters, NPCs, interact in the game. You do not need to go up to NPCs, they come to you and offer conversations. They SMS you and encourage you to spend time exploring Night City and all that entails. The successfulness of the aesthetics is firmly based in the use of their principles of design. Cyberpunk 2077 demonstrates application of the principles of design. This results in a beautiful, engaging product. Cyberpunk 2077 has nailed the principles of size/proportion, bringing out the claustrophobic, oppressive feelings experienced in the greasy innards of Night City. The expansive streetscapes with a number of alleyways reflect the unexpected rat maze environment. Repetition and unity are utilized in the buildingscape, immersing the player into the mundane, insignificant life experience of Night City residents. And as you travel through the city, experiencing deja vu, there is still a uniqueness in certain buildings, encouraging players' investigation. The much-needed principles of variety. Being an action-adventure game, there is plenty of movement, and this movement is highlighted through the use of directional lines, character posture, and asset action. Of all the principles, harmony, from my perspective, would be the most deserving of an appreciation, as it enhances the aesthetic beauty of this game. An integral element of the cyberpunk genre is a retro neon. Often, these are portrayed as gaudy, standout assets, but Cyberpunk 2077 utilizes the harmony principle as it has applied it to this element, having color grading of reds, oranges, and blue neon lightings, creating a warm atmosphere, notably different from many other creations in this genre that are dark, sterile, and lifeless. The creators of Cyberpunk 2077, CD Projekt Red, are no strangers to game production, and as this game's technical production and process was a repeat of their previous produced games, this game's production utilized teams of animators, designers, and coders, resulting in structures similar to many other AAA titles. The team utilized tech, such as motion and facial capture, to insert the famous actor, Keanu Reeves, into the game. The program Jali was also extensively utilized, facilitating the audio to be uploaded to the game and then displayed on the 3D character's face. When analyzing a creative piece, it is important to have an awareness of your perspective, as this may alter your opinion of the work's merits. However, if the creation is founded in the principles of design, notable aesthetics will follow. Even though Cyberpunk 2077 was released in a flawed state, it is now experiencing a resurgence in popularity, fueled by the recent release of the anime series set in the same city. It will be interesting to see what the next installment in this franchise will be and what outcomes it will have in the future.